Don't you recognize me, wizard? Have I changed so much?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at the most dismal performances from live-action Disney movies.
We can be a family. Oh, most real boy. Oh, we must have music.
Number 10, Jennifer Garner, Mr. Magoo. This live-action adaptation of the UPI cartoon character is often cited among the worst Disney movies ever.
I don't think she'd want to see the...
I'd love to see more of your charming home.
All right, it's...
Ironically, the film's worst performance comes from someone whose career was about to take off. No, this isn't a clip from the unaired Alias pilot. In one of her first film roles, Jennifer Garner played Stacy Sampanahodrita, a representative from Kyrgyzstan.
I am Stacy Sampanahoditra of the Kyrgyzstani Foreign Office.
Oh, this is my nephew, Waldo.
Waldo Magoo. It is an honor.
In case you were wondering, Kyrgyzstan is a fictional country, although Kurdistan is an actual West Asian region encompassing Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. Whether or not there's any relation, Garner's take on the quirky foreigner archetype is all kinds of uncomfortable, from her over-the-top wardrobe to her stereotypical accent.
Well, in my country, the invitee always picks up the inviter.
I'm sure that Waldo would not have it any other way.
Stereotypical of who exactly, we're not sure, but we feel like the whole world should be offended. Number 9, Johnny Depp, the Lone Ranger. Disney reinvigorated Johnny Depp's career with Jack Sparrow, giving us a character for the ages.
Alas, my children, this is the day you shall always remember as the day that you almost... Captain Jack Sparrow.
Ever since then, though, Depp has been trying to recapture the eccentric spontaneity of Captain Jack with every other performance. Nowhere is this more apparent than in The Lone Ranger. Depp took on the iconic role of Tonto, although, let's be honest, he's just doing his sparrowing shtick, except with more makeup and a more troubling voice. And yeah, let's acknowledge the crow hat in the room. Depp is part Native American, supposedly by a small percentage.
Could be worse.
Worse. How could this be worse?
Even so, Depp's casting is more distracting than anything else. Whether or not this controversy contributed to the film's box office failure, it officially called the extent of Depp's star power into question.
That's the end of the line.
We jump.
Number 8, Martin Lawrence, College Road Trip. Martin Lawrence was on a hot streak of horrible movies in the 2000s, and this feature-length sitcom virtually destroyed any remaining goodwill from his stand-up days. Lawrence plays James Porter, a police chief who doesn't want his daughter, played by Raven-Symoné, to move out of state for college.
Perfect? Problem solved? What happened to our big plan? We agreed on Northwestern. Did you even know she applied to Georgetown?
We've seen the overprotective father caricature before, but Lawrence's performance is so unhinged and at times threatening that James seems like he should be sedated, or at least have his taser taken away.
Tracy, you a guy?
Yeah, I'm a guy.
Hey, Stu. Nice to meet you, Tracy.
Even the dean of Disney Channel acting school would tell Lawrence to dial it back. Of course, it doesn't help when the film suddenly tries to be sentimental, requiring Lawrence to go from a raving madman to sincere father.
I never thought this day would come.
I did. But I'm proud of you.
Number 7, Javier Bardem, The Little Mermaid. This Academy Award winner can be a charismatic and intimidating screen presence, seemingly making him an ideal choice to play King Triton. Javier Bardem brings zero passion to the role, however. Whether condemning Ariel for saving a human,
You broke the rules. You went to the above world.
or finally letting her go, Bardem possesses even less emotion than the hideously rendered sea creatures that Triton presides over.
You shouldn't have had to give up your voice to be heard.
Maybe Bardem simply doesn't work well in CGI-heavy environments. In any case, he reads his lines with the investment of somebody who accepted the role for his daughter and can't wait to collect his paycheck. Remember the scene in the original where Triton is transformed from a commanding ruler to a powerless polyp? That sums up what Bardem does to the character with his passive delivery.
Where is Ariel? Sebastian?
Number 6, Cuba Gooding Jr., Snow Dogs. Has any actor fallen further after winning an Oscar than Cuba Gooding Jr.? Before you list someone else in the comments, Snow Dogs. We rest our case. Granted, Gooding clearly wasn't gunning for another Oscar or even a Golden Globe as Theodore Brooks, a dentist who inherits a pack of sled dogs. Even with a lazy script that inexplicably had 5 credited writers, Gooding takes the film from obnoxiously bad to what were they thinking bad.
Don't talk to me like I'm 4. You're not the boss of me. Of course I shouted stop.
Ted is supposed to be the quote-unquote normal outsider in a village of colorful characters, when in reality, Gooding behaves like somebody from another planet. When Gooding isn't screaming through a scene, oftentimes for no reason,
You got something wrong with your head!
he's mugging to new extremes of desperation, making the dogs feel more natural. Number 5. Sharlto Copley, Maleficent. We sense that the filmmakers wanted King Stefan to be a sympathetic villain who becomes blinded by greed and grief.
How does it feel, to be a fairy creature without wings? In a world where you don't belong!
We lose any empathy for Stefan early on though, and his descent into madness feels about as fluid as Daenerys's. While much of this is due to poor writing, Sharlto Copley doesn't elevate the material, coming off as confused as he shifts between overacting and underacting. There's a scene where Aurora returns to her father after years, only to go ignored.
Father, it's me, Aurora.
So many emotions could have been conveyed through Stefan's face alone, from sorrow over the times lost to the pursuit of revenge overshadowing the love Stefan once felt. Copley expresses none of that in a performance that never evolves beyond reading from a script.
Maleficent, I've come to warn you. They mean to kill you.
Number 4. Matthew Broderick, Inspector Gadget. We understand that some changes are inevitable when translating a half-hour animated show into a live-action feature. But Disney's Inspector Gadget practically goes out of its way to enrage fans of the source material. Matthew Broderick in particular misfires as Inspector Gadget, or John Brown as he's called here. Broderick is completely clueless, which you could argue is in the spirit of the character, but not in the right way.
I don't know what's wrong. I seem to be ill, and I can't seem to remember anything.
He's no Don Adams, transforming Gadget from an absent-minded good-doer who bumbles in and out of trouble to a bland everyman with little humor, charm, or personality. The only thing more awkward than Broderick's portrayal of Gadget is his performance as the evil Robo-Gadget.
Hey, what'd you do that for? We shouldn't be fighting. We've got a lot in common, except I've got nicer teeth. I'd hoped that we could have worked together.
Between these two, we get the worst of both Brodericks. Number 3, Mila Kunis, Oz the Great and Powerful. This Oz origin story miscasts Mila Kunis in more ways than one. For starters, she's supposed to be Rachel Weisz's sister, even though they have different accents.
Sister, you lied to me. It's nice, isn't it? How clear everything becomes.
That nitpick aside, Kunis' performance doesn't become genuinely awful until Theodora turns into the Wicked Witch of the West. Spoilers? Not only are the makeup effects laughable, but Kunis approaches the part as if she were in an elementary school play.
Please, come on, everybody. I know it sucks, but they're just kids.
Kunis screeches and sneers through every scene, hoping somebody will take her seriously.
There's so much good here. It sickens me.
Although we've seen more dignity from people cosplaying as Elphaba at Broadway Con, Kunis is a talented actress, but words can't describe how wrong she is for this role. The second she turns green, any hope for this performance melts away. Number 2, Tom Hanks, Pinocchio. Director Robert Zemeckis has guided Tom Hanks towards some of his best performances, but he also played a hand in arguably this actor's worst. Tom Hanks' take on Geppetto is somehow even cartoonier than the animated version, sporting an outlandish wig and an even more ridiculous Italian accent.
I did make a wish. I wish that my...
Suddenly, Hanks' Dutch accent in Elvis doesn't seem all that, no, it's still bad.
If you are so determined to get out of our contract...
You're goddamn right I want out.
Well, I will personally loan you the money that you owe to Jamboree Attraction.
But this is just as irritating. You know what's even cringier than watching Hanks talk to CGI characters in a hokey accent? Watching Hanks sing to CGI characters we know aren't there.
Pinocchio, Pinocchio, oh
Surely Hanks must have realized he was in a bad movie after having to rhyme Pinocchio with Nokia. If he claims otherwise, somebody's nose is bound to grow.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Shaquille O'Neal, Kazam. When did we jump the shark as a society? Was it when we elected a reality TV host president, or when O.J. Simpson's goddaughter became an idol to our youth? We'd personally go back to 1996, when Disney enlisted Shaq to play a rapping genie.
Who dare to wake me? Ain't gonna make this a mystery.
This NBA All-Star has many gifts, but there are 3 things he is not. For one, he's not a movie star, preparing for the role of Kazam with the same levels of dedication we expect go into a Papa John's commercial.
My resolution is to eat better. Epic stuffed crust, better ingredients, better pizza, I'm eating better.
Secondly, he's not a rapper, just because he contributed a poem to Chicken Soup for the Kid's Soul.
My name is Kazam, I got the whole plan. So listen to the man, cause I'm the Sultan of Sand.
Finally, Shaq is not a genie, although he has a better shot at becoming one than the latter 2 things. Which performance made you groan, seriously Disney? Vent in the comments.
This is not over!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.